updated last March 17, 2010. It states that 1 in 10 and 1 in 20 women of childbearing age have polycystic ovarian syndrome. As many as 5 million women in the U.S. may be affected with polycystic ovarian syndrome without even knowing that they have this. Many women find out that they have polycystic ovarian syndrome until they get to the age where they want to start conceiving children. When I was 15 years old, my mom had a friend who wanted us to give her a ride to Mexicali. She was going to have surgery. At the age, I didn't have an idea what she was going to have. Until we got there, after she came out of surgery, she had told me that she had her ovary removed, one of her ovaries. And I asked her why, and she said because she had been diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome. She wasn't going to be able to have children for the rest of her life. Today I will be informing you on polycystic ovarian syndrome, also known as PCOS. First, by telling you what polycystic ovarian syndrome is, how it's diagnosed, and what some of the symptoms are. And lastly, by telling you what treatments and cures there are for polycystic ovarian syndrome. To begin with, I will tell you a little bit more on what polycystic ovarian syndrome is. Many of you may be wondering what polycystic ovarian syndrome is. Well, polycystic ovarian syndrome is an endocrine disorder that affects many women of reproductive age. According to the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences, the endocrine system is one of the body's main communication networks and is responsible for controlling and coordinating numerous body functions. Our body is made up of many endocrine tissues where hormones are produced for our body that we need. For women, the follicle stimulating hormone is produced in the ovaries. In the U.S. National Library of Medicine website, it states that the follicle stimulating hormone in women stimulates the production and release of eggs in the ovaries during ovulation. Women with polycystic ovarian syndrome have low levels of this hormone and have higher levels of the androgen hormone, which is male hormones women produce this male hormone, but we produce it in low levels. Women with polycystic ovarian syndrome produce androgen levels. They produce androgen hormones at higher levels. All women With the male hormone, when the woman produces it at higher levels, it causes for the women to stop the development and releases of eggs during ovulation, which causes them not to have their menstrual cycles every month. Now that you know what causes polycystic ovarian syndrome, I'm going to tell you some of how it's diagnosed and what some of the symptoms are. Even though many women go through most of their young adult life without even knowing that they have this disorder, many of these women have symptoms without even knowing that it's related to polycystic ovarian syndrome. In a support group online, it states that polycystic ovarian syndrome can be diagnosed in girls as young as 8 to 9 years of age and up until they are premenopausal. Let me just tell you that these young girls who are 8 to 9 years of age are already having their menstrual cycles, so they're already developed. Although there isn't a single test to diagnose polycystic ovarian syndrome, a doctor can take other steps to determine if a woman has this disorder. A doctor can ask you about your menstrual cycle, if you've had any recent weight changes, and if you have areas of hair growth in where women usually don't have these hair growth, like on top of your lip, your sideburns, and your chin. The doctor can also send you to get your blood work done. They do this just to check your androgen hormone levels and to see if you have high glucose levels. There are many symptoms related to polycystic ovarian syndrome. In an Australian nursing journal, Some of the symptoms are irregular or absent periods, hirsutism, and many small cysts in the ovaries. Many small cysts form in the outer area of the ovary, which causes the irregularity of the periods because no eggs can be released during ovulation. Since no eggs can be released, women sometimes have trouble getting pregnant. So many women have infertility problems because of polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now that you know what polycystic ovarian syndrome is and how it's diagnosed and what some of the symptoms are, let me tell you now what some of the cures and treatments there are for polycystic ovarian syndrome. Unfortunately, there are no cures for polycystic ovarian syndrome, but there are some lifestyle changes that women can do to help stop some of the problems related to polycystic ovarian syndrome. The first thing a woman can do is change their eating habits and their exercise routines in their lives. It is said that a healthy weight can help lower some of the symptoms related to polycystic ovarian syndrome. Also, sometimes doctors prescribe birth control pills to help lower these androgen hormone levels in women and helps them regulate their menstrual cycles. The birth control pill also helps women clear acne on their face, because when a woman has too much androgen hormone levels, sometimes because of the too much hormones, it'll cause acne to come out in your face too much. There is also a drug named metformin, which hasn't been approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, that has been recently studied on some women. It has shown that this drug helps women start their ovulation process again, which helps them get their menstrual cycles every month. It helps women lose weight, and it also helps women to lower their androgen hormone levels in the blood. When women continue to struggle with polycystic ovarian syndrome, it is very hard for them to get pregnant. Most of the time, these women turn to fertility drugs. That's intravitro fertilization, or there's shots that help women kickstart their ovulation process. Even though these treatments can be very expensive, there are some women that do anything they can to get pregnant. Now every one of you is aware of polycystic ovarian syndrome and what causes polycystic ovarian syndrome, how it's diagnosed, and what symptoms are related to polycystic ovarian syndrome. Unfortunately, there is no cure for polycystic ovarian syndrome, but women can modify their lifestyle changes to help them with polycystic ovarian syndrome. Thank you.